Hi and welcome to this chess session on YouTube. I hope you enjoy this game today. This game was played 115 years ago in Germany, and so it's 1906. This player here that I feature here, who plays against the great Frank James Marshall, one of my favourites, as you may appreciate or know, is Rudolf Swiderski, and he was born on the 28th of July 1878 in Germany and died, sadly, quite soon at 2nd of August 1909. So today I show this game of this great player from Germany, this German chess master. So without further ado, we will now go into this game of these two great players of chess. So it's a queen's pawn opening. Here's a typical move of Frank. Now this offers white the chance to pick up the c5 pawn. So that's what exactly happens for counter-attack for black, or for the second player. So here's dc5, and we have e5, and now we have bishop, no we don't, we have bishop to knight 5, which threatens, of course, knight e5. So here's queen c7. This defends, of course, the e5 pawn, so that if bishop c6, then bc6. Here's b4, which cannot be captured, of course. And so black now plays bishop to e7, and here's bishop b2, which now threatens bishop e5 or knight e5. So here's knight d7, and the thing is that this pawn is attacked twice by white, so black has to be careful not to lose it after bishop takes knight and then knight takes pawn or similar. So Marshall plays knight d7, and here we have a3, which is something I've noticed about Marshall's play is that he quite likes to sacrifice the c5 pawn to get this active pawn position for his pawns in the center and that sort of thing, and also ease of development, so that he can be quickly transported to the middle game as opposed to his opponent. So interestingly enough, after knight d7 a3, castling does not occur yet, but black castles here king's rook, and now c4. Now I would have thought that maybe castling was better, but also it's good to probably break up these strong central pawns of black. And this is commented in the book from Marshall's Best Games as being a most interesting move leading to some delightful play. Bishop to d3. Wow, that was pretty cool. Queen to b3. Now we can't castle, of course. We can't castle. Won't let us castle, see? Even though the king lands on a square, it's not attacked. We cannot castle over check. The rook can. The rook can castle from being attacked on h1 if it was, but not the king cannot castle over check. You can castle if it's possible on the left side of the board because the bishop does not attack the king's square or the squares it's running over, and that's the thing. So that's just a little bit of that information. So here's queen b3. Now this, of course, threatens not even that, but it does threaten the bishop, of course. Okay, but it sort of also threatens bishop c6 and pawn takes pawn cd5. So here's e4 on move 12. And so white is to play here. And already the book states that a highly critical situation is now reached. So she'll move. What would you play here? Here we have this move here, okay? This is quite interesting, really. Pawn takes pawn. cd5. And then we have bishop takes b5. And so the next move is a wee bit easy to see because now a lot of these pawns, white's got all 8 pawns comparative to black's 6 until now. So knight e4, and here we have, of course, a very reasonably strong looking position, I believe, for white. Even though white has sacrificed a piece. So here we've got knight e5 and bishop takes. Knight takes. And of course now d6, which offers up it's not very good, is it, for black, really? It doesn't look very good. There's a lot of things are happening here in this position. Namely, after d6, black has the issue of this bishop being taken on e7, threatening ef8 check, making that into a queen or rook. So here we have d6, okay, and so Marshall surprisingly plays this move, knight d3. Now I would think that this would possibly be able to be taken by the queen, but if we go queen takes d3, bishop d3, 3, D, C7. What else? Then we have bishop e4, you see. And now it's black that's a piece up still, and this is not as good as probably the main line. So after d6 came knight d3 and king d2 and queen to c6. Well, this looks quite amazing, really, doesn't it? That's what I think. So here's pawn takes bishop, but of course, and this is a mistake. What would be your move here? What would you play? The move here that white misses is this move here, knight c3, bishop to f6, a4. So the other bishop of black could have been won with this line. However, Rudolf played here d-e7, and like that doesn't look a bad move, really, does it? I don't think it looks a bad move, but it's a mistake. See, his queen takes knight. Look at this. This is what I like about Marshall. This sort of stuff. No wonder the Marshall opening is so popular for black in the Spanish. So here's pawn takes rook, queen. Rook takes queen. Now this rook's looking quite good for this file, at least this open file with the knight discovery check. And so book comments on a deeply interesting position. Black, the exchange and 2 pawns down, has all the winning chances. So black, the exchange and 2 pawns down, has all the winning chances here. Now came about the following move 20, knight d4, which of course threatens knight takes b5, and the knight on d3 is not great for black. So after knight d4 on move 20 came knight f2. Wow. I'm looking at knight takes bishop, but what is wrong with it is this, okay? So what do you think is wrong with knight takes bishop? Okay, knight takes bishop, knight takes rook. Now if here rook takes knight, then queen takes pawn g2 check, and this rook is not long for this game of chess. And that's just my analysis just herewith. So I'm not saying it's absolutely correct. So here's knight b5, but that's not what was played by white. Here white plays rook hg1, rook d8, so there is no now knight b5 here for white. Rook a f1, now what? A typical martial sacrifice now comes about with the following: rook d4 check, if king here, then bishop takes rook will win. This is the problem with this check is the only move is queen c2. Queen takes a3 check, and then we have the king come up to here but it's quite difficult for black, really, for white, sorry. Quite difficult, really, indeed. So here we got queen queen b4 check, and if king c1, then knight d3 check, and king d1, and bishop a4. Wins the queen, of course. So here white played king e3. And now we will look at the final moves for black. Are the following. Okay, so first we have knight g4 check, king f3, knight takes pawn check, and this is where white resigned on move, on their 30th move to make. As now, if here, then here, check, and here, if this, then queen f4 check, And if king takes h2, then queen h4 is checkmate. And if king f2, then queen f4 check, leaves white in a lost position. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's game. Thank you to those great players, and I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I will now sign off now, so thank you very much.